What's up, everybody?
No, that's dumb. We have to do like a real big hook. Gear doesn't matter? Oh god, wait. Gear doesn't matter? Okay, so to an extent, this statement is obviously true. If you're just starting out and you are literally have no idea where to start, you do not need the best camera, you don't need the craziest lighting equipment. You should just be focusing on the absolute basics so you can get your mechanical skill down to be able to use it wherever you need.
Yeah, and your storytelling skill. Focus on story first. Story drives emotion, and then emotion sells. We're going to talk to you about a few things that we purchased this year that were a game changer and definitely a must-have for us shooting in 2024.
And a little backstory, we are a full service video production company. We offer end-to-end production, so we start at pre-production stage and at post-production stage. We mainly focus on brand story videos, which are 2 to 3 minute videos that showcase the entirety of a business to be able to sell their product easier.
Yeah, and we do that all between the two of us, and everything's kept in-house.
And this gear may not work for you, but it works for us, and it makes our lives a whole lot easier.
So something that you may not think about every day, but that is essential on a shoot is having the right tools. So you can have a big bag of just miscellaneous, literally everything, and you could be the guy on a shoot who's rummaging through his bag to find the right Allen key. Or you can just buy a small rig tool that has everything and it fits in your pocket. Super cheap, super practical. You have threads, so if you want to thread some extra bolts into the side of the handles, and then you can just keep this on your pocket all the time on your person and then just have it by shoots and you just quickly pull it out rather than being the guy who's having to run back to the gear table to find that one random Allen key that you need.
$25, it'll save you a whole lot of hassle. In this nifty little case here, which I recently purchased, also recommend, is a filter case. Holds about 10 filters. I've got a bunch of like NDs in here. I also have like step-up rings and stuff for my matte box. I highly recommend that you invest into a good filter set. I'm gonna put some examples on screen, but you can get pretty bad like cross vignetting and stuff if you have a pretty cheap ND filter. So if you get something that's actually good, it won't vignette on you and it'll have like hard stops where the polarization stops. This is a K&F ND filter. It's I believe it's a 2 to 5 stop, but it stops every time you get to the end. And then a filter like this, which is a little bit darker and a little bit cheaper, doesn't stop spinning. Yep. And you can't really tell when the minimum and the maximum point is. So it makes your life a lot harder in the sense that you won't be able to fine tune it as well.
Something small that you may not think about is something like a white balance card and a black balance card. This is something that's easily kept in your pocket during a shoot day and is just gonna make that white balancing and black balancing just so much faster and so much easier rather than just, you know, trying to find a piece of paper or something like this to white balance it. Like,
yeah, something white on the wall is not usually very practical in certain scenarios, so you're gonna wanna carry something that's gray or white. Don't use auto white balance as a beginner tip, just start using manual white balance if you can, as much as possible. It saves you later in editing for sure. Yeah, those are like 10 bucks on Amazon, so you can get bigger ones, smaller ones, whatever, but I like small. A huge time saver is gonna be your VMount batteries. Yes, they're gonna take up a lot more room and you will have a heavier camera, but overall, not having to swap batteries, especially when you're running a gimbal or out with a backpack, you're gonna love yourself for getting one of these, even though it's a bit more of a costly investment. You only need like 1 or 2 during the day and you're solid for the whole shoot.
The Canon R5C runs through batteries, so us getting a V-mount setup for that camera was super game changer. And honestly, like I said, we have one each, so we don't necessarily go through one of these in the whole day, which is super awesome. Like you can run the whole day on like 70%.
You don't have to worry about charging all your batteries the night before, and it runs your monitor, your camera, and all other accessories with the right cables, of course. A little bit more of an investment, like I said, but much more worth it down the line, especially when you can just plug it in once and everything turns on.
Yeah, and it's definitely something that you can use camera to camera to camera, which is super awesome. You don't need to get like 7 or 8 batteries for a new camera that you purchase. You can just buy one V-mount setup and then just adapt the cables accordingly. But yeah, that's everything that we think matters when it comes to gear. Please leave it in the comments below what you guys have invested in or have purchased that have been absolute game changers on the shoot. And if you have any questions, feel free to follow us on Instagram and like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yes.